Hey, what up? It's Ebbie Akbar. I'm here with Khrissy for Nina Deuce, so make sure you tap in.
Trapping 9 to 5, getting money on my mind, and oh, I'm in love.
Hey, what's up?
What's
How are
up?
you?
I'm good, Khrissy. Thanks for having me.
Of course, this is Get Familiar. So I like to always open up kind of with a disclaimer on what Get Familiar is.
Right.
So this is about simply that, just getting familiar, getting to know artists, and we're gonna go right into it.
Let's do it.
So let's just jump. Let's take it back to how you started.
Okay.
First of all, where are you from?
I'm originally from Detroit, Michigan.
Really?
So I was born, yeah.
Okay, how old are you?
I don't really give out my age.
Okay.
But
That's okay. Okay.
old enough.
Okay. So
I'm
you're from
here.
Michigan?
Yeah.
And how long you been in LA?
Probably about 3 years now.
Oh, so you're kind of fresh.
Yeah.
Okay,
Fresh.
cool.
Fresh. But I've been in California longer than that.
Okay, got it.
In San Diego, though.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when did you make your way? So, I'm actually born and raised in LA.
Okay.
From the Crenshaw district. So I kind of like to get landmarks.
Yes.
So if you've been here 3 years, so
Okay.
kind of give me some landmarks, maybe give me some streets.
Right.
You can even give me some restaurants,
No
some
problem.
food spots. I
Yeah.
kind of want to know like where you where 10 toes down are.
Absolutely. I spent some time over there in K-Town,
Okay.
on 3rd Street over there. Right now over in like Inglewood by the rallies.
Okay. That's good enough.
Let me see.
Yeah,
I'm trying to
Inglewood
think.
rallies. Okay, so
I spent a little bit of time. I know it's not really like.
That's Crenshaw, Manchester, right?
Yeah, right
Okay.
over there. I know it's probably really. I don't know if y'all consider it like just probably LA County, but I spent some time down in San Pedro. I know that's closer to Long Beach and everything.
That's
kind of a little
outskirts. It's the outskirts.
Figured,
Yeah, it's the
yeah.
outskirts.
But yeah, that's it.
Okay, so let's kind of take it back to. I mean, I've heard your music,
Yes.
so I was very intrigued by your sound.
Thank you.
It's kind of don't get offended, but you know when
Absolutely
you
not.
hear somebody. And when you look at them, the voice don't match the look.
Right.
Because I wasn't expecting to hear
Yeah.
when I saw you. I don't know
Right.
what I was thinking you were going to sound
I
like,
don't
if
know.
that makes sense.
Tell me something.
No, but I mean, but that's dope though.
Appreciate
I
it.
I was very captivated by your sound. So I just kept listening. So I found some music on Tidal. I looked up your videos on YouTube.
Yeah.
I know you have a new single coming out.
Yep.
One Time, right?
Hey.
One Time is dropping.
I fucks with you.
Yeah,
Khrissy. Thank you.
Yes, love the single. You kind of got it. Gave us a teaser.
Yes.
And then just the visuals, like just to be an upcoming artist, I think it's kind of dope that the look is together. You're coming in very polished.
Yes.
You sound very confident.
Absolutely.
And your delivery is great.
Thank you.
So I just want to say, we're going to salute that. We're going to clap it to that because that's very important and hard to
making
do.
me blush.
Yeah, that's hard to do when you're breaking in.
Yes.
And I see you have a team, which is also important. So let's talk about your team and how they kind of help develop who you are.
Absolutely. Where you want to start?
Wherever you want to start.
Okay. My managers, they help me kind of just keep everything organized to where I don't really have to worry about too much other than the music and my vision. And then I have what I call like a virtual street team. So like people that's looking out for me on Instagram and reposting and Twitter. And I like to run music like almost like a campaign. I do a lot of research on like presidential campaigns or like local campaigns with different political parties and leaders, and a lot of things still travel a lot by word of mouth and by just telling a friend. So I normally tell people, hey, if you're gonna share my music or listen, like just tell another friend and tell that friend and tell a friend for me. And
so important.
My virtual street team, they hold me down, and that's pretty much it right now, as far as the team is concerned. And of course my family that looks out for me and has my back.
Right. So did you kind of start? So is it singing, melodic? Like, how do you define your sound? The melodic, there's so many different categories now of music and sounds of music. I don't really even know where to place your sound. I mean, would you place it? Or
I don't know if I would place it because I feel like I do a lot of different things.
So if you were being nominated for a BET Award,
absolutely,
what category would you go in?
I would probably go in a rap category.
Okay.
For sure.
Okay.
For sure. Yeah.
All right. So I'll take that. So the melodic sound.
Yeah.
With a little bit of auto-tune.
A little bit, yeah.
Just a little bit. Because I can tell you got some vocals.
A little bit.
You got a little bit, yeah. You got something coming out of there. Some auto-tune and some rap. And so how did you create that sound? Did you have to develop that or that just kind of came out the gate?
I think it's a combination. I think it's something I developed, but as well as like I grew up in a church, so I grew up singing like in a choir. So you know, you got your altos, sopranos, tenors, bass, and then with a lot of that, there's melodies. So there's a lot of layering of different sounds. So I think that's something that has contributed to that.
Yeah. Anybody specifically that you kind of grew up listening to, or kind of even now? I don't even say grew up listening to, but anybody now that kind of you're like, damn, that's tight. I want to kind of, you know, have my sound similar to theirs.
As far as melodies are concerned, not really, but I love RJ. Like, I listen to RJ a lot. So I guess maybe him. Yeah, he does a lot of different melodies.
So were you listening to RJ in Detroit?
I wasn't listening to RJ.
Okay,
I was a little bit younger. I don't think it's quite popping yet. But shout out RJ, Mr. LA.
Okay, right. Who were you listening to in Detroit?
Shit. Oof. You know what? I listened to a lot of R&B, honestly. I didn't really listen to too much rap.
Okay.
A lot of Kanye. That's really it.
Okay, coming from Detroit, give us some Detroit artists, rappers, singers that we should kind of be looking out for.
T Grizzly, definitely.
Yeah, for sure.
Sada Baby.
Okay.
I fucks with him.
Anybody else on underground level?
Doughboy Cash Out, they're straight.
Okay.
But yeah.
Yeah. And what about LA? Who do you like out here right now? Who do you think is kind of paving the way for music out here?
Oh, I mean, of course, RJ. That's my boy. I love RJ. One Take J.
Yeah.
Let me see. I know Ash Bash is cool.
Yeah. From Inglewood, yeah. She's hard. Shout out to Ash Bash.
Shout out to Ash Bash.
Shout out to Ash Bash.
The homie Matic 2T, he's been coming up doing some good stuff. Yeah, that's a few people I'm rocking with right now.
Well, let's kind of go back to, you mentioned you grew up in a church.
Yes.
So you sung in the choir.
I did.
Now, how did your parents kind of take, because when I hear stories about growing up in the church or the choir, I hear that it's kind of, you know, like as far as the parents, you know, accepting the fact that you want to be a rapper, or that you want to cuss, or that you have cuss words in it, you know, trying to be safe with it to some degree, but you know, it's just it's a thin line.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So how? First of all, did your parents or anybody in your family listen to your music?
Oh yeah.
Okay. And what do they have to say about it?
And my mom slapping it, you feel what I'm saying? My grandma would peek her ear at it a little bit.
Hilarious.
She'd tell me to play something with not so much cursing, or you know, she made me do it live and do the little edited version.
Oh, grandma want to hear it live.
She be pressing too at the wrong times. Like Thanksgiving, I'm trying to eat my plate, but yeah, it's cool. As far as that's concerned though, as far as accepting it, they didn't really have a choice, because at the end of the day, it's my life, and they're gonna just have to accept it, whether it's today or whether it takes years. It is what it is. I gotta live my life for me, respectfully. You know what I mean? But
that's cool.
Just what it is.
And so, growing up, how was your upbringing, and what kind of brought you here to making music?
I think I've always loved music. Like I said, I was singing in the choir. I played the piano for church.
You still play?
A little bit, but I'm way out of practice. I'm way out of practice.
Okay.
I gotta get it.
But you think if you were get in front of the piano again and start playing, to come back?
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, I took lessons, read music, all of that, played live by ear, so it'll come back for sure. Yeah. But my upbringing, it was solid, you know what I mean? My grandma's from the South. Shout out Alabama.
Okay.
So, you know, I learned to be respectful, a lot of manners. Musically, like I said, I had all those influences, like gospel music. You hear a lot of different melodies, and I think that had a lot to do with it. I also grew up like writing poetry, and I kind of just flipped that. I used to be like freestyling at lunchtime in the middle of the lunch course. You know what I'm saying? So that's just kind of what it is for me.
And how have you been able to adapt now that we're living in a pandemic? You know, times have first of all, this year has been crazy. Of course, we just got some devastating news about Chadwick Boseman, who passed away. And then prior to, of course, earlier in the year, Kobe and Gigi. And then it was just a domino effect, I feel like, of things happening from us, of course, being quarantined and having the whole pandemic kind of start, I would say, like in March, quote unquote.
Yep.
And then it's just, then after that, it hit Black Lives Matter.
Yes.
You know, our whole situation has just been black death after black death after black death.
Yeah, it's devastating.
It's very devastating. And how are you able to just cope through it? How are you able to stay sane? I know I'm mentally drained.
Right.
I'm mentally drained.
Absolutely.
I have to detach from the phone sometimes.
Yes.
Off the internet, off Instagram, off Twitter, because it's too much.
Yes.
Every time you're looking up somebody of our complexion is being killed, being shot at, in handcuffs. You know, even black women, black men are out fighting every day, protesting, marching, rallying.
Yeah.
How are you able to kind of cope through it? Are you, you know, what's your space like right now?
I'm in a okay space right now, but it did take some work from, like you said, just the domino effects of everything happening, and as it pertains to our people. And actually, for a portion of time, I really wasn't even posting like my music or like videos or anything like that, just because I felt like, man, our people, we going through so much right now. I felt insensitive to just be like, hey, listen to my song, watch my video, you know what I mean? And when there were so many more pressing issues, you know what I'm saying? So I actually had to detach from that a while, and I was just like, you know what? Even the small platform that I have right now, I need to give that space and that opportunity for issues that are important to kind of be looked at. So, and I was out there protesting, I was out there getting shot with rubber bullets and, you know, pepper sprayed, and they were flashbanging us. So I was really in a mix with it. As far as coping right now, I just, you know, get up, go to the gym, make sure I do my meditation, kind of stick to my routine. It's been helping. But yeah, that's just how I'm trying to get through. A lot of meditation, definitely, before I start my day off.
Now, how was it being on the front line or being out there? Because I just couldn't do it. I have a kid, so I have to think about the fact that if something happens to me, it's not that I didn't want to, because I really do. If something really happens to me, I have to, you know, like, am I going to be able to make it back home? That's what I was really thinking about. Like, I have to kind of make it back home to her.
Yes.
So I was really doing a lot of supporting, like just making sure I'm pouring out any money that I could to black businesses. If I knew somebody's business had to close down, like, how can I help you? What can I buy?
Right.
You know, pulling up, just always calling, always texting, always checking on everybody.
Yeah.
You know, just trying to show support however I could, and not necessarily, and I didn't feel like I had to like post it and I always have to showcase and to show it, because what you do is what you do, and however you help is however you help.
Period.
You know, and I just felt like I needed to help and try to provide how I could.
Yeah.
But how was it just kind of being out there on the front, like in the midst of it? Like, that was some real, like, I mean, we haven't had that in over 40, 50 years.
Right.
You know, you talking about things our grandparents went through.
Right.
And now, you know, we're in 2020 and we're going through it. So how was it to physically be out there with your own eyes and just kind of go through that?
It was emotionally overwhelming. You know what I mean? Because we're out there with signs and protesting, just not even to be given special treatment, just to be treated as humans and given human rights. You know what I mean? Given our due process. You know, innocent until proven guilty, which we're not getting. And it added more insult to injury that we're out there peacefully protesting, and the police were inciting, you know, violence. So we're out here peacefully protesting, just holding our signs, marching, chanting. Why are you shooting us with rubber bullets that can actually really, really damage people? Why are we being pepper sprayed? Why are we being flashbanged just for protesting? You know what I mean? And a lot of people were saying, like, you know, they changed the narrative to they're, instead of protesters, calling it rioters and looters. But what a lot of people failed to realize, none of that happened until the police were inciting those things. There were actually people who I know were like the feds and like people that were cops and stuff walking through the crowds of people, like passing out like explosives for us to throw back at the police. You know what I mean? And me and my brother grabbed a few of them and just like threw them away or like tucked them so nobody else could have them. But they were trying to get us to, you know, to do violent things, and it was just
kind of provoke the police.
Absolutely, it was really overwhelming. I'm also thankful for the experience because I think it brought a lot of people together, and it hopefully woke us up as a people a little bit more.
Yeah. So kind of coming off of that, you kind of gave me an idea of how you've been coping through it.
Right.
You know, meditating, and now that I don't want to say it. I mean, I still feel like we're in. It's just not as bad, I guess, or the media kind of dim the light on the topic a little bit now. Right. We're still battling with it, of course, and I think a lot of our politicians are kind of really trying to like push. Of course, we're trying to push Trump out of here.
Absolutely.
This is my platform, so we're gonna say get the fuck out of here.
He gotta go.
He gotta go. We're not supporting Trump
at all.
We just leave it there.
Yeah.
But so now we have the new single.
Yes.
Is this the kind of the first single kind of coming off of all of this kind of like emotional distress? Is this where we're kind of at right now with this single?
Yeah, it's probably about the first one coming up after all of this.
Now, is this a project that's coming in the works? Or
you know what? Actually, let me stop. It's not the first one. Okay. I just actually recently went to Seattle to collab with another artist out there. Okay. So I did some, but it's not out yet. But yeah, this is like one of the first ones, definitely.
Okay. And what about a project? Are you working on a project for this particular single?
Not right now. So I've released like a lot of projects. So what I wanted to do this time around, I wanted to kind of switch it up this year. So if you notice, I'm releasing a lot of singles. So I'm trying to do singles and visuals. And just switch up the formula and try and, you know, get some more notoriety and get some more momentum.
And how do you plan on doing that? I know a lot of upcoming artists kind of are everybody's trying to figure it out. We're trying to figure out what sticks, how are we gonna get the numbers up. Right. Like, are you what's your formula? Just dropping the singles and kind of just pushing that way?
Singles and visuals. Of course, trusting the process. Like I said, I'm trying to run it like a campaign, so I'm going out, meeting people, shaking hands, kissing babies. You know, anything that I can do that's gonna leave a lasting. You're right, mass kisses. But anything I could do that's gonna leave an impression. And like I said, overall, just trusting the process, just knowing that if and I am putting in the work, that is gonna work out for me. And I've been doing a lot of collabs this year too, just working with fellow artists.
Yeah. What's been the hardest part? You know, just simply saying it, chasing your dreams. Right. What's been the hardest part? Like, I know all of us get discouraged. You know, we're investing our own money, our own time.
Absolutely.
Like, what's been the biggest challenge for you?
Yeah, I guess just not getting discouraged and staying focused and just continuing to push on and continuing to grind. Yeah. I think that's the hardest part. I mean, it's always hard when you can't physically see something, but that's where meditation and manifestation comes into, and I really do take that time to, you know, close my eyes and visualize everything that I want my life to be.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's great. And before we kind of close out, what do you want people to know about you that they don't know?
I mean, I guess whatever they would like to know. I'm an open book. If you ask, I'll tell, and if I don't want to tell, I'll tell you that I won't tell.
Is there any secret talents you have?
I don't know if there's secrets. I mean, I'm good at basketball.
I feel like everybody has that one thing that they can do that most people don't know that they can do. Okay, so for example, mine is the violin.
Ooh.
People don't know. Yeah, so I played in elementary and middle school.
Yes.
But I've never ever in my adult years picked up a violin.
Yeah.
But I have carpal tunnel really bad, so I can't really play like how I want to play. So that's
you gave me a bob. You gave me an example.
Okay, so go.
I got something to work off with. Okay, I know how to decorate cakes.
Oh. Yeah. That's a good one.
I played the clarinet and the flute since we were talking about instruments here. Yeah. But yeah, I know how to decorate cakes.
Okay, so when you say decorate, let's get into this real quick. So is it like when you put the frosting in the tube and you can really create like a really good design, or you just put happy birthday in cursive?
Nah.
What's your
Don't do me now, Khrissy.
What's your definition of decorating cakes?
No, really decorating cakes.
Okay.
when I was like...
So if my daughter needed an Elsa cake, you could put Elsa on the top of the cake.
Absolutely.
Oh.
Say the word.
All right.
I got you.
I'm gonna hit you for Elsa cake. You know,
Say the
you
word.
to the test.
No, but I used to work in a bakery actually.
Oh, I love that.
So, you know, I could do a little bit of cake decorating. That's a fun fact.
You're not to bake cookies. You're not burning. The bottom ain't all burnt.
I didn't say all that. I said I could decorate a cake. I didn't say I could make one.
Right, man. It was such a pleasure having you. I'm rooting for you.
Thank you. I appreciate
you. You have my support.
Thank you.
I know we're not doing nothing's really happening right now. No shows.
Right.
If you have a virtual show, please invite me.
Yes, I actually had a virtual show for Vancouver Pride. I just did one, and I got another show actually coming up in Lexington, Kentucky in October. So
that's great. I'm gonna look out. I'm definitely gonna look out.
Please do.
How can we stay in touch with you? So drop all of your social media handles.
Everything's pretty much at Ebbie Akbar. So that's EBBIE space AKBAR. So you can find me on Spotify, iTunes, SoundCloud, Instagram, Twitter, EbbieAkbar.com. SwingNerdTheGang.com. That's like, you know, my little gang right there, and we got some merch and all of that, and yeah. And if you want to tap in with me, I'm very friendly. I always say hello, and you know, give you a nice smile, send you on your way.
All right, love it. Thanks again.
Thank you, Khrissy. Appreciate it. See ya.
And money on my mind, and oh, I'm in love. I'm in love. Trapping 9 to 5, getting money on my mind.